Welcome to the individual Sprint3 video for EmanuelHenley. I'm a master's student and developer on Team Startup FIU Entrepreneurs. The product owner for our team is Mr. Bob Hacker, and our project mentor and instructor for this course is Dr. Masood Sajadi. In this brief video, I'll be going over the following items: the user story description that I worked on during Sprint3, diagrams for this user story, the code that relates to this user story, testing for the user story, and lastly, I'll demo the completed user story. So without further ado, let's begin. The user story that was assigned to me for Sprint 3 was ENTP 09. The description of this user story is as follows. As an entrepreneur, I want to know when applications are open to other accelerators so that I can apply. Also, I completed the user story ENTP 89, which is a subtask to ENTP 09. The description of this user story is as follows. As an entrepreneur, I want to be able to add the deadline for the acceleration application to my Google Calendar so that I can be reminded of when I need to apply by. Here I am showing you the use case diagram for the user story ENTP 09 as well as ENTP 89. The user again is the entrepreneur and can do the following. Select details on an individual accelerator card that will display additional details about the accelerator. They can view a list of accelerators from the accelerators page. They can click a link that will take them to the accelerators application. They can click a link that will take them to the accelerators program's website. And lastly, they can click the calendar icon to add a reminder to their Google Calendar. The next diagram is the class diagram. This is pretty simple, standard class diagram. It uses the model view controller framework. As you can see, you have the ENTP accelerators.html file, which is the view, and the ENTP accelerators controller and the module for this user story. Next, we have the sequence diagram. Here, the user clicks accelerators from a list of options. The view fetches the data to be displayed via the controller. The controller loads the data via the service, and the service retrieves the data from the data store. The data store returns the object to the service. The service returns an array of objects to the controller, and the controller formats the data and returns it to the view to be displayed. Next, the user clicks details, and the view sends the request to the controller with the ID of the accelerator. The controller uses the ID to change the class of the accelerator, and then the view updates. Here is some of the code that was created for the user story that I worked on during Sprint 3. Here I'm showing you the code for the controller. Here is the code for the service. Here's this module definition, and here is the code for the view. For testing, we use Selenium for Chrome. I'm showing you one example of this sunny day test case. This tested that when the user clicks the details button, the link click to apply actually appears. This test passed. The next example test case that I'm showing you is an example of a rainy day test case for the integration test. This test case was an example that tested to see if the user clicks the name of the accelerator, then nothing changed in the view. And this test also passed. Now I'm going to demo this user story. And you click on accelerators. The user is going to be presented with a list of open accelerators that are in ascending order by due date. They can scroll to see all the accelerators. You can also click on details to give you more information about the actual accelerator. You can also click on the link that will take you to the accelerator's web page. And you can also click the link that will take you to the application for the accelerator. And lastly, you can click on this Add to Calendar button. And what that will do, it will go ahead and autofill an event for the deadline for that specific accelerator with the link to that accelerator, and then you can set reminders for you. All right, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. For any questions regarding this video, feel free to contact me, EmanuelHenley, at the email address provided. If you have any questions regarding the project, you can contact the project mentor, Dr. Masood Sajadi, at the corresponding email provided. Thank you.